The Caps are about to take a walk on the wild side. This time they'll do so without camouflage. The name of the game against Minnesota? Finding a way to score. Not as easy as this looks. And please, please be careful around Jason Pominville. Once that's done, everybody make way to Winnipeg. When last they met, the Capitals flew much too fast for the Jets, giving the kids exactly what they wanted. One sweet-looking Swedish highlight at a time. Tonight, however, about crunching the Wild. Get the picture? On Comcast Sportsnet. XL Energy Center, the place to be. Comcast Sportsnet presents the NHL and Caps hockey. This evening, the Capitals find themselves in the state of hockey with a Wild meeting in Minnesota where the home team is playing the sport really well. Welcome, boys. Let's fix your attention on the Metro Division. Still in flux. The Caps have eyes on chasing teams down with 3 weeks to go, and the Penguins and Islanders know Washington is on the move. A very pleasant welcome to you. Alongside Craig Laughlin, I'm Joe Beninati. At this time of the year, all hockey players are dealing with bumps and bruises. It's a fact of life. As for the Capitals, though, their injury concerns are getting better, I guess.
Yeah, it sure looked like they were going to be healthy, but then Gleason will not play tonight because of an upper body injury. Still out his beaks. He's got an upper body injury, not ready until probably next week at the earliest after that hit from Girardi. Latta is back in, fans. He's missed 6 games after that hit by Jared Bull. He'll center the fourth line with Wilson and Like. And Brooks Orpik returns after missing 4.
Brooks' comeback brings that most physical element to the Caps' blue line.
Physical and calming and all in the same sentence. Great chemistry with John Carlson. We all know he brings that toughness, that hard-nosed style, makes it uncomfortable for the opposition in the Capital zone, and he's very sound defensively. The one thing with Brooks Orpik, he's got a great resume and makes very few mistakes.
Locker number 44 figures prominently on the Washington stat sheets.
Yeah, leads in hits, 34 more than grade 8 Alex Ovechkin. Second in blocks. Carlson moved to first with 10 more after Orpik's missed the last 4. PK becomes better. Trotz says it's trust into decision-making, close to 3 minutes a game killing, and 21.50 of ice. Only Niskanen and Carlson get more ice time than Orpik on the blue line.
On the offensive side of the rink, Yevgeny Kuznetsov has been making himself more and more visible for the Caps. He's a player with a very high skill level.
Yeah, and he's handling the puck a lot more. He's not giving it away. He's starting to get comfortable in all the centerman assignments. Trotz said he is now recognizing he is a really good player. It takes some time for youngsters. It's a confidence factor in my mind. He was by far the best player on the ice against the Sabres. In the shootout, he's been deadly.
In the last 4 outings overall, he's been leaving his mark.
2+2 the last 4, Joe B. Scored in the shootout versus Buffalo his 4th straight. Averages over 4 shots a game in his last 4. He's now realizing the NHL is a shooter's game. Some hits, but the biggest thing, he's holding on to the puck. He's not confident up, and that giveaway stat proves that point. Just won his last 4.
Kuznetsov and his mates won't have an easy time of it attempting to score on the Wild. Minnesota plays a very structured game, and right now they have Devan Dubnyk performing at his peak.
Tower power. There's only one goalie that's bigger than Devan Dubnyk, and that's Bishop in Tampa Bay. Gets his 28th straight start for Mini and his career best 48th game. He's using his size now to his advantage. He's not allowing shooters to see much of the net. His play, in my mind, and the people around Minnesota say, has single-handedly saved their season. 2 goals or less in 13 of the past 14.
Party on, here we go. He's taken a shine to his Caps uniform. Curtis Glencross notched his first with Washington against Minnesota. He's followed that path to the net to find good fortune time and again. The Capitals tangle with the Wild next on Comcast Sportsnet. Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Capitals hockey is being brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Sport Automotive, Chevrolet and Honda. John Carlson's a sport fan, B12. Visit sportautomotive.com. Land Rover. Visit DCAreaLandRover.com for attractive offers. AAA. Start your journey at AAA.com. And by your DC Acura dealers. Check out the new TLX at DCAcura.com. Tonight, the Washington Capitals invade Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet. Joe Beninati and Craig Laughlin with you. Second and final between these two. Minnesota a 2-1 victor back in early March as Craig Laughlin sets up the net-minding matchup.
Well, for the visitors, the Washington Capitals, Braden Holtby gets a nod, his third straight. He's won his past two, 34-18 and 9, 2.19, 9.24. Devin Dubnyk, the story around the National Hockey League. He's got 30 wins since his arrival here in Minnesota. He has been darn hard to beat. No one seems to get pucks past the big goalie.
A low-scoring game a couple weeks ago. Braden Holtby settles in for the rematch. This time it includes the Great Eight. Washington's Alex Ovechkin with an early chance here. Dubnyk shuts it down on the short side.
Yeah, two young defensemen starting for Minnesota. Dumba along with Brodin, Joby, so taking advantage of those young guys on a quick turnover early on was number 8.
Karl Alzner there for Washington to punch it along the boards, hoping for Marcus Johansson. Mikko Koivu close by for the Wild. Just getting going in this one with the Capitals, 4th in the Metropolitan Division, just a couple points behind Pittsburgh. Minnesota in 4th in the Central, 7 behind Chicago as the evening begins in the NHL. Chimera given a bump by Granlund. Ward tried to pull the trigger there, he fanned on it, and it's 3-on-2 the other way. The pass foiling Ryan Suter. This is offside against Minnesota.
A couple of early chances for the Washington Capitals. Nice turnover there by Chimera just inside the blue line, led to a scoring opportunity for the Caps, all dressed in their white garb here on the road. It's going to be important for them to stick to their game plan. They cannot deviate against this Minnesota team who is very good defensively.
Craig, it's a Washington team that's been very good on the road this season. 18 victories, already more on the road this year than all of last season.
Yeah, and they play a fine road game. They simplify, as every team does, it seems, around the NHL when they get away from home. Dump-ins, hard arounds, the forecheck. They can get that established early, they'll be in for a good game tonight.
Top of the screen, you saw the lineups for Washington and for Minnesota. You did not see the name Tim Gleason. He's on the injured list, an upper body keeping him out. So Nate Schmidt, who hails from Minnesota, plays his first pro game in this state.
Played some high school, played some college. He's from St. Cloud, Minnesota. That's about 75 miles away from the Xcel Energy Center.
Pominville will dish it back. Spurgeon fires wide of Braden Holtby. The quick centering pass there is Orpik on guard, and Kuznetsov will drag the puck through center with Glenn Cross, who will dump it in. Barry Trotz wants the line change. Approaching the 2-minute mark of this scoreless first period, Fontaine on a little bump set there. Brooks Laich was waiting for Washington. Move it down the alley. No running room for Thomas Vanek. Leopold scales back into the Washington territory. Green bothered by Fontaine. He'll distribute the Vanek pass to the front off of Schmidt. Coyle for the Wild. Fontaine with a rip as Holtby stepped out on the angle there to the top of his crease.
Watch out for that line. Coyle in their last game against Nashville in their road win, their 8th straight, a franchise best. He had a pair against Pekka Rinne.
I had no idea he was 6'3", 225.
He's huge, isn't he?
Big man, skilled too. Niskanen will play, playing in front of a lot of family and friends tonight. Matt Niskanen, who hails from Virginia, Minnesota, about 200 miles north of St. Paul. Capitals looking to get out cleanly from their own zone. Niskanen doing the honors. On the outlet, it'll get away from Backstrom, collected by Ryan Suter, who's going to play just about half the hockey game tonight. You can mark that down.
Man, not too many players play more than this guy. In the month of March, he leads everybody. 29.08 is his average.
Holtby makes the easy stop on Bergenheim. There have been opportunities at each end.
Yeah, here's the Minnesota Wild taking it to the net. Charlie Coyle, good shot. It's going to be a physical game here coming up the middle. Watch the hit on Vanek by Alexander Ovechkin. Vanek's a big rig, as is the captain. A good hit in the neutral zone. Alex leads the NHL. He's got a comfortable lead so far with 45 markers.
When it comes to hits for Washington, Orpik sets the table. Ovechkin and Brouwer close by with respect to the body contact as we have crossed the 3-minute mark in this first period. Holtby makes a pad save on Dumba, who was the hero for Minnesota in overtime.
And it was a quick strike against Nashville on a beautiful drop pass from Parise.
Just 22 seconds into extra time. Orpik avoids the forecheck. It comes in waves from Minnesota. Fair cleans it up and sends it on for Karlsson. Down the wing for Jason Chimera. Backtracked well by Mikko Koivu. Dumba rolls it but not out. Karlsson towards the cage wide of Devin Dubnyk, who's been the everyday starter for Minnesota since he's come to town.
And this is a team that carries 3 goaltenders, and he's by far distinguished himself as the #1 guy. They will go as far as Dubnyk plays come playoff time.
There are a number of college tournaments going on in the area. I thought the Wild were a college team earlier today with the 3 goalies on the ice. A really good college team, I might add.
And we had 3 college teams in the locker room area this morning getting ready for their games tomorrow night.
Kuznetsov turns, works to the interior, lets this one go. That was deflected. Schmidt, former Golden Gopher, for Glenn Cross. Play it up top. Green did not keep that in. It's offside against Washington. He's been out looking for a frozen lake all day. This is Craig's Voice on Value, presented by Morgan Franklin Consulting.
And I couldn't find one because it's about 60 degrees here in St. Paul. Super structured, Joe B, for Barry Trotz and his team. I think when you look at these 2 teams, it's going to be a cat and mouse game, a chess match. Both teams play with such great structure. Caps have to step up and play their system to a T tonight. If they deviate, they're going to be in trouble against the Wild.
Locker alluding to the college teams that have been inhabiting this rink. The WCHA tournament is here. Bowling Green, Michigan Tech, Minnesota State, and Ferris State will all take the run of the rink tomorrow. Latta looking for Wilson. Michael Latta returns to the lineup. Alsner waits for a screen to develop, and he'll propel this down low. Dubnyk likes to get out there and paddle the puck around. Michael Latta to the slot for Wilson. Went right through the goal mouth there. Shots on goal are 2-1 for Minnesota. Almost 5 minutes in.
He can play knee hockey and still be a normal-sized goaltender.
Big man, 6'6".
Yeah, the only guy bigger is Ben Bishop in Tampa Bay.
Folan will play it ahead. Building momentum for Granlund on the crisscross there with Parise, who fires. That was erased by Brooks Orpik.
Yeah, second best shot blocker for the Washington Capitals, and you just see why. It's positioning, and Karlsson took the lead in that department because he's missed the last 4, but that's what Orpik brings each and every game.
Easy for us to say.
Tongue-tied on that one.
Brodziak will steer it in. Holtby gets out, paddles it on ahead to a turning Backstrom. He was double-teamed. This is still onside. Bergenheim to the front looking for Haula. That came right on through. Alex Ovechkin, Leafs leading goal scorer, plays it on for Johansson. Working for Nicholas Backstrom to tumble towards the cage. Spurgeon and Backstrom go to the boards. Haula punched it along for Brodziak, and he'll scoop to center. Haula on the go. Looking for the trailer is Bergenheim. Mid-season acquisition for these Wild. Marcus Johansson plays it on out to the wing for Backstrom, and he'll cruise through center.
You see a lot of similarities to the way these 2 teams are built from top to bottom between the Caps and the Wild, and that's why we could be in for a long night here. This could be a real nail-biting type game, a 1 or 2 goal game at most.
Fair turns. Eric Fair with the puck. Chased by the youngster Dumba. Help comes from Chimera. He put it off the skirt of the goal. The quick centering pass gobbled up by Coyle. 3 abreast. Here come the Wild through center. On the wing for Vanek. 40-goal scorer back in the day in the NHL. Number 26 in red for the Wild. Fontaine swallowed up there by Fair. Jonas Brodin scoops it down low. The centering pass collected by Niskanen, who played his college hockey at Minnesota Duluth and was a standout there, a WCHA All-Star. Ward leans into a drive. He pumped it wide. Joel Ward, who began his NHL career with these Minnesota Wild.
Back in 2006. Way to go, Joel. He's put together a tremendous NHL career.
Brodin hesitates, dodging Kuznetsov. Glenn Cross in there, working feverishly on the forecheck as Coyle will dish it in. Head coach Mike Yeo for the Wild wants the line change.
Mike Yeo, the youngest coach in the National Hockey League. his third season here with the Wild and really has them humming around, especially on the defensive side of the puck.
Niederreiter teaming up with Koivu. The pass that was behind Folin.
And see that trend there, Joe. Twice already we've seen 3 guys, and then it becomes 4. Caps have to have good sort out.
Stewart to the slot. Niederreiter's backhand did not get through the pack as Brouwer will mosey through center. Latta lets it come on through. Put a tap onto it so that it would not be icing. 8 minutes clear in this first period of play with no score on the board. Caps have possession. Wilson fires. That was deflected. And it's off of the rink for the whistle. We'll get you back to Xcel Energy Center. Stewart and Wilson, who train with each other. They work out together in Toronto in the offseason. A wry smile on Willie's face as we get back to St. Paul right after these words. Nothing on the big board to crow about just yet. Caps and Wild meeting this Thursday night. Star Treks presented by Toyota. These two managed to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, for the Capitals, Nick Backstrom leads the National Hockey League in assists with 53, 5 better than Sidney Crosby. 71 points ties him for second in the NHL. And on the road, no one better on the Caps than Nick Backstrom with 33 points. On their side, Jason Pominville, 2 goals, 5 shots in the last meeting. He was the guy that single-handedly beat this Caps team in his career, Joe. Especially when he was part of the Sabres. Always a good sharpshooter when he teed him up against the Caps.
Oh, he loves to shoot the puck. You don't have to beg him to do so. Face off in the offensive zone for Washington. The Capitals coming into tonight's action among the top 5 in the league when it comes to goals. Paced by Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Johansson out there right now. Orpik throws the backhand to the front. Steered away by Ryan Suter. Chris Stewart working back through center, a pair of 44s right in front of the Washington bench. Stewart drags it for Mikko Koivu. Suter towards the cage. The ricochet just goes wide. Ryan Suter, the last time the Caps were here, tallied a hat trick for Minnesota from the back end. Stewart still involved with Orpik. John Carlson didn't get it out. Backstrom will choose Orpik to do so, and away comes Washington in white. Matt Niskanen in possession of the puck. Both teams in the middle of a shift change. Niskanen pressured quickly by Zach Parise. As Alzer will try the other flank. Mikhail Granlund pouncing on it. Rolls it through the vacant slot. Taken to safety by Joel Ward. One-on-one, Chimera has a jump. Chimera right on in, and he dished it wide as Dubnyk was going to the poke check.
Yeah, Dubnyk, great reach, just got a piece of that puck. Great speed by Chimera. This is a line for the Caps that must play better than they did against Buffalo. And they're coming out here, and their first 3 shifts have been dynamite. Exactly the type of energy and forecheck you need from Chimera, Fair, and Ward.
Locker as the Wild threaten here with Granlund. Point position, Dumba lets this one fly. It was deflected wide. It's easy for me to say 60 feet above the ice. Jason looked like he could have taken one more step there. See if the replay agrees as Dumba sizzles this one to the midsection of Braden Holtby.
And that should have been a pick. Eric Fair was knocked on his keister by Pominville. Referees didn't pick it up. It was a moving pick. Moments ago, Chimera, here's that speed, Joby, that you were talking about. Indirect by Ward, lucky bounce, and here comes Chimmer. Just about got around Dumba, just didn't get that extra step. Right here, he had to lean in with his left shoulder, and that allowed the big fella, Dubnyk, to stretch out and get a piece.
It really wasn't there. I thought it might have been, but it really wasn't. Jason had to pull the trigger when he did, as Dubnyk was forcing him from the crease. Kuznetsov working in here. Yevgeny Kuznetsov's pass blocked by Suter. The relay to the slot came right on through. No score in this one. We've crossed the midway mark of the opening period. Fontaine zigs and zags into the offensive zone. Schmidt there to keep an eye on him. No Tim Gleason in the Washington lineup tonight, as Vanek was tied up. Ryan Suter steps in. Deflection, hoping to save. Rebound! And running out of real estate was Charlie Coyle. Thank goodness for Washington.
Not sure why Coyle elected to stick handle. He had a chance just to bury that rebound. It might have been bouncing just slightly, and he didn't think he could get his handle on it.
Jay Beagle, Dmitry Orlov, John Erskine on the injured list as well for Washington as Green will dump it in. Brooks Laich is there with Latta to the corner. Funny bounce off the backboards. Cleaned up by Haula. He didn't get it out. Dubnyk trying to slow it down for the Minnesota defenders. Jordan Leopold, Kobe Baker Award winner back in the day with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. This is now the 7th different NHL team 33 in red has worked with. Brodziak careful through center. Launches it wide of Holtby. Haula's the first man to it. He'll point it for Leopold, who looked like he broke his stick there on that one-time bid. Wilson, then Laich. Brister pad save. The rebound was juicy. John Carlson was hoping for it. Bolin keeps it humming for the Wild. Brodziak late in his shift needs a breather. We hear the whistle here as they're fencing right in front of the Minnesota bench. And penalties to come.
Yeah, Wilson right in the middle of that scrum, right at the bench. A lot of different players involved, but Wilson the main character along with Bergenheim from up here it looked like.
When we get you back to Xcel Energy Center, we'll sort through the penalty or penalties. Depends on the refs after these words. Tough matchup for Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals against the Minnesota Wild in our Legal Seafoods Bite of the Night. This is Curtis Glencross addressing Devan Dubnyk in goal.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's he's obviously bounced around a little bit in the league, but he's found a home here, and he's been their backbone here for the last while. And he's a big goalie that he can play the puck, and when he gets in close on him, he's down in the butterfly, and he's a big enough goalie that he's still pretty tall in there. So definitely got to get the pucks up on him in order to score.
That man has been something else for Minnesota. He's a first-time 30-game winner now overall this season, Devan Dubnyk. Curtis Glencross waiting for his next chance. While we were going to commercial break, the referees tonight, Graham Skilleter and Chris Lee, have assessed minor penalties to both Sean Bergenheim and Tom Wilson. So we'll skate 4-on-4 here. Wilson for roughing, Bergenheim for interference, as Backstrom gets the attacking zone. Nicholas Backstrom, no goals in the month of March. Long drive from Carlson that's secured by Dubnyk.
He did look around to see if that squirted through. 4-on-4 should be a plan for the Caps and Nick Backstrom to get some points on the board. Our game notes tonight, Joe B. Kuznetsov scored in each of his last 4 shootout attempts, 5 points his last 6. Ovechkin and Backstrom, 142 points. No pair on any team has that many, and the Wild have dominated here at Xcel Energy Center. The Capitals and the Florida Panthers, the only 2 teams in the NHL not to have placed a win here.
As Ovechkin lets this one go, say it isn't so. Come on now, none? 0? You couldn't find one?
Not one!
Whoops. Things have got to change then tonight for a Washington team that's closing in on 40 victories overall in this season. As Ryan Suter works ahead, teaming up with Pominville. Suter gains entry for the high-scoring Pominville. He broke his stick on a snapshot there. John Carlson was in that lane. On the long stretch for Ovechkin, it'll get away. It'll roll wide of Dubnyk to be icing against Washington. The Nissan road to the playoffs. Locker, we're looking at life in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, it's tightening up. I might be able to nix some teams here tonight. What do you think, Joe?
Stop!
Yeah,
Stop!
I'm thinking the Panthers and Flyers are in trouble. These 2 are in trouble. Yes, the Senators, I think, if they beat the Bruins tonight, are gonna have a chance, but they've got to beat the Bruins outright if they're gonna move into playoff contention.
Here come the cards and letters from South Florida. It's okay, I thought you ended their season back in January.
And Boston and Ottawa keeping track of that one. 2-2 after 20 minutes of play.
Mikael Granlund scoots into the offensive zone. Wrister that was blocked by Orpik. Brooks Orpik back into the lineup and doing what he does, throwing hits and blocking shots. Spurgeon pivots right to the waiting Washington captain. Carlson lassos Zach Parise. Fans wanted a call, none from the referees tonight. 4-on-4 play for another 24 seconds. Yevgeny Kuznetsov drifts it on back for Brooks Orpik in possession of the puck here with 6:40 to go in the first period.
And Kuzi told us this morning he's just got to, play with energy and just play the game to be most effective.
Backhands this one off of Devin Dubnyk, chases down his own rebound. Points it for Altner, nice job to keep that in. Hudson fires a kick-out save, and calmly, Dubnyk has the rebound.
Yeah, good play by Kuzi, throwing around that pill, creating an offensive chance against the big guy. Here's Kuznetsov, and this is why he's playing so well. Number one, he's got his assignments down. You've got routes and roots as a centerman, however you want to say it. And here he is coming in, gets the lead pass, and drives the net. Before he was hooking off, trying to be a little cutesy, finds the point man there on a nice play that leads to the Capitals scoring chance. Kuzi, when he's skating, he's playing with energy and playing without anything on his shoulders, meaning he's just playing the game for the love of it, is a dynamic, dominant player.
Most people realize Kuznetsov was an all-star in the KHL, the Continental Hockey League, back home in Russia. What they don't realize is that he was a left wing. He played the wing predominantly there, and he has learned, along with Andrei Burakovsky from time to time this season, to play center. Both of those guys were wingers back in the day. Not an easy adjustment. Niskanen plays it ahead, looking for Wilson. Coyle was there to interrupt. Now turning, Vanek plays it out wide for Charlie Coyle. Snapshot, a routine save for Holtby. As the rebound is collected by Niskanen. Nice pass to send Wilson through center, and then he'll dump it in. Dubnyk throws it around the boards into traffic. Vanek put a bump on, dropping his man Brooks Light. You get a really good look at the fray in the corner. Light turns, and Dubnyk was there with a shoulder. Along the dasher, Green helping out, a long wrister punched away by Dubnyk with his blocker.
Willie is a wrecking ball when he's on the ice, along with Latta. They're just throwing around the poundage in the corner, laying the bodies down against Vanek and company when they get rolling.
Fontaine there for the Wild.
That is a no fun line to play against.
No. And Brooks Light will
I'd do the Dale
gladly
Hunter.
team up with him.
I would do the Dale Hunter every time if they were on the ice. Stick up in the air. You're going to go through my stick before you take my body.
Dumba plays it on the flank. Brodziak and Haula and Bergenheim this trip for Mike Yeo and the Wild. On a wraparound here, Holtby goes paddle down to make the save on Haula. As Chimera will come up with it for Washington, and Sky back to center. Eric Fair and Joel Ward working as a trio with Jason. Haula will reverse his field. And Dumba, the 20-year-old defender, plays it along. Bergenheim to the front. Out of reach there for Brodziak. Haula collected by Chimera with 4:15 in this period. A quick redirect sent wide by Brodziak. Spurgeon towards the cage and wide of the goal. He was hoping for a tip-in. No score in this one. Shots on goal level at 6 apiece. Matt Niskanen works his way back ahead. Uncontested through center. Clicking there with Marcus Johansson on the entry. Backstrom, who leads the league in assists, gave that one up. As the Wild send it the length, this time it'll be icing against Minnesota. Folks, tonight's Cold Hardbacks, they're brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Blocker, these men know Minnesota very well.
Matt Niskanen, born in Virginia, Minnesota, and went to college at University Minnesota Duluth. Nate Schmidt, born in St. Cloud, 75 miles away, college at University of Minnesota. And Joel Ward, that we've talked about already, made his debut with this Wild team back in '06.
Nate Schmidt was the darling of the media earlier today, was he not?
Was he ever? And the one thing I noticed about Schmitty, number one, we know he's always smiling. He gets a chance to play here. At the end of warm-up, Joe, I was watching everybody go off. Well, he did a full lap and ran through the tunnel into the locker room, high-fiving fans on the way. I thought he was going to break a leg.
Don't get hurt, young man.
Yes. He ever an excitable sort. Love his energy.
Mikko Koivu back there to fetch for the Wild. Minnesota's captain on for Niederreiter, and he'll punch it to center.
Yeah, there's OV, there's Backy, but everybody's talking to Schmitty this morning.
That was the truth. Niederreiter angles in. Brouwer is there with him, shoulder to shoulder. That centering pass steered to safety by Brooks Orpik. Jonas Brodin for Dumba to unload. A pad save for Holtby. Mikael Granlund in a scrum along the backboards. I was watching Dumba shoot the puck earlier today. Wow, can he bring it?
Yeah, they can, and they get a lot of energy from their blue liners. They score a lot. You know, this is an explosive blue line, and again, it goes back to how these teams have been built. McClellan, Fletcher, a very same type of blueprint. And strong goaltender, good defensive core, guys that score from the blue line. These teams are so similar.
Granlund works out of the corner, plays it on top for Brodin. A wrister on the way that goes wide. Barry Trotz is saying he thinks Minnesota may be one of the deepest teams in all the NHL. Dumba settles and fires. That was blocked by Carlson. He used as evidence Vanek on the third line. This blast gloved by Holtby. We'll get you back for the conclusion of period number 1 right after these messages. No score, Washington and Minnesota on CSN. Thompson Creek window of opportunity, on the lookout for the return of Brooks Orpik.
Yeah, here he comes off the bus, and look at the pressure early on by Stewart and company. Look at how smart a play that is. Gets it around 2 forecheckers. We know he can block shots. That's the best one of the game. And he's been all over the place. You know, Barry Trotz said 3 things this morning: trust, comfort, decision-making, all big parts of Brooks' longevity, or Brooks Orpik's longevity in the National Hockey League.
As we crush in on Eric Fair and Mikael Granlund, Orpik, the 34-year-old, 14th-year pro, that stabilizing presence, returning to the Washington lineup. Joel Ward butting into Jonas Brodin. Chimera to the slot, Fair on a backhand. It was Dubnyk who was hugging the post. Ward with Chimera on the cycle. Jason throws the stiff arm out there against the youngster Dumba. Fair digging for it, and a diving poke check by Dubnyk. Niskanen wides and fires, deflected, stopped, rebound loose. Dubnyk has it long enough for the whistle with a wild scramble in front.
A huge pig pile, and now a bunch of punches being doled out, pushing and shoving. And this is the line that I talked about earlier in the game. The Caps have struggled scoring 5-on-5 goals. This is the style of play. You must play it this time of year. It's nothing fancy. They just rotated the puck, they threw it at the net, and look at the chances they get out of this play. But it's all Eric Fair. Look at him try to battle. 2 guys are there. Then Ward comes in to support. They kick it to the blue. Niskanen fires the shot, and it's deflected in front of the net. That is one heck of a stop, as that puck went from 3.5 feet down to 1.5, and Dubnyk able to make the stop.
Locker, that veteran frontline trio, they are hungry for points. They have not been easy to come by for them lately. As Green puts it below the goal line there for Backstrom. Nicholas began the evening tied for second in the NHL point scoring race. He was fouled there. Washington's going to get a late first period power play right here.
Nice power by Nick Backstrom. The whole thing about cycling the puck is getting a step on a defender or a forward. And there's the hooking call. Nick Backstrom held onto the puck. Watch him rotate against Koivu, who's one of the best checkers in the National Hockey League. There he gets the little stick, the stick of Koivu, enough into the hands of Nick Backstrom to send himself off for hooking. Late power play here in the first for the Caps.
Here we go, folks. This is strength against strength. The best power play in the league against the best penalty-killing squad in all the NHL. The numbers bear it out at the bottom of the screen. Carlson bombs away. Dubnyk makes the pad save. Mike Yeo earlier today speaking about his penalty killers. First thing he said, you need a big save. And they've been getting it from Dubnyk.
That's amazing. Just 10 power play goals allowed here at XL Energy Center.
Johansson on the interchange for Backstrom. Nicholas zooms in, feeds for Johansson. Brouwer is in the slot. Ovechkin waiting back door. Carlson straight away. Backstrom surveys. Johansson steps, tries to stuff. Ovechkin swings and misses. He was looking for a dunk at the post. 40 seconds in the period. Caps have the power play for the balance of the frame. Johansson dancing with it. Marcus for Backstrom. There's Brouwer. They activate the interior of that diamond. Backstrom on a look away for Johansson. Keep it to Backstrom. Flood this side. Carlson unloads. Stopped there by Dubnyk. He's got it in the glove.
And that's a save they were looking for. The Capitals power play, as everyone knows, only the Detroit Red Wings better than Alex Ovechkin's bunch. No one has more power play goals than the grade 8. He's 4 better than Little Joe out in San Jose. Simmons and company round out our top 5. Another impressive year on the power play for the grade 8.
Those gentlemen all on the Toyota League leaderboard. Ovechkin and the Caps threatening Devin Dubnyk in the latter stages of this first period. The NHL on Comcast Sportsnet with you tonight from Xcel Energy Center. Sold out and raucous as always. Carlson playing catch with Evgeny Kuznetsov. He pulls the trigger, blocked by Dumba. 12 seconds in the period. Fontaine will chip it out. So the Caps will have about 35 seconds with which to work to start the power play in the second, unless Ovechkin converts here. For Carlson, a wrister that was denied. Carlson's backhands off the outside of the goal, and the siren sounds.
They might have scored there with Carlson sneaking in. That puck actually off of Carlson's stick hit his own man, Joel Ward, trying to put a big screen in front of Devin Dubnyk.
A scoreless first period in the books in St. Paul, Minnesota. Zayo Intermission Live is coming up on the net. Special look at Brooks Laich. We'll get to know him better. Highlights and stats from up here in the booth. Locker will be telestrating. Of course, that is the highlight of any intermissions activity. 20 minutes down. Braden Holtby and the Caps in Minnesota tonight. As we send you back to the studio, Zayo Intermission Live begins. Here's Al Koken and Alan May. Our Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Capitals hockey is being brought to you by Mazda. Conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. Your Washington area Chevy dealers. Find your local dealer on ChevyFirst.com. Zayo, bandwidth makes it possible. Visit them at Zayo.com. Mercedes-Benz of Arlington and Mercedes-Benz of Alexandria. Legal Seafoods. If it isn't fresh, it isn't legal. Visit LegalSeafoods.com. And by the Washington, D.C. Buick and GMC dealers. Step up to professional grade with 2 years scheduled maintenance. There's no score in this hockey game. We are a long ways away from overtime. Caps fans hoping to see their gang avenge an earlier March loss to Minnesota in D.C. It leads us to this Twitter question, hashtag Capitals Talk. Do you want to see some form of 3-on-3 play in overtime? The general managers, the competition committee, they're considering it. Not too long ago today, we asked John Carlson for his initial thoughts on 3-on-3.
I think it'll be fun. I don't think I have a great stance on either one. It doesn't really make too much of a difference to me. I think it'll be definitely entertaining to watch for the fans and see the best players in the world, in that sort of skill element. I think it'll be pretty cool if they do it.
And he knows it won't be easy to defend. That's a lot of open ice for the best players in the world.
Well, you're trying to win games in a hockey fashion rather than a skills competition. I still don't understand what's wrong with a tie, but I'll live with that. I prefer 3-on-3 and try to finish it. I hope they get together and finalize that. I think it'd be a great addition to this great game.
At the start of the second period now, the Capitals have 14 more seconds to operate on the power play. Mikko Koivu, the captain of the Wild, is standing up at the penalty box door now. He'll be set free soon. Alex Ovechkin leads the league in power play tallies. He drives to the middle. Crossing in, fires, that was blocked. A follow-up chance was chunked high. The Capitals had a couple of shots on goal during that man advantage. Their first of the game. Carl Osner will brush it ahead. Koivu pouncing on it there.
Well, speaking of shots, 3 of the Capitals' 8 shots from the defenders, 5 of the 8 Minnesota shots from the D-man. And that just proves my point in the intermission. So hard to get to the interior in this style of game. The defense are going to have to generate offense. Those deflections and rebounds, all the things that we talked about, Joe B, have to be a factor on who's going to win this game.
Just a little bit past the top of the hour. That's Craig Laughlin. I'm Joe Beninati as we shout out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew assembled here at Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul. Minnesota downing Washington 2-1 on March the 5th at Verizon Center. Jason Pominville with both tallies. They came in the third period. The Capitals getting their goal on the man advantage from Curtis Glencross. No score in this one for two teams that are busy as the weekend approaches. Minnesota hosts St. Louis here Saturday afternoon as Holtby is back in the cage for Washington. The Capitals will make their way to Winnipeg overnight tonight.
Stewart drops it off for Koivu. Green interrupts. And Troy Brouwer should be able to clear with Curtis Glencross, who will scale in from center. Leopold shoulder to shoulder with Kuznetsov to the backboards. Koivu digging in on Glencross, and he wins the puck battle for Folin to send it on out. Niederreiter, then Koivu. Keep it outside for Chris Stewart, who was acquired from the Buffalo Sabres at the deadline. Along the wall, Glencross there, bothered by Jordan Leopold. As Mike Green scampers to play for Washington. Stewart, big man, rumbling along the boards there with help coming from Leopold. Evgeny Kuznetsov slowing the tempo here. Will pivot away from Niederreiter. You see Nate Schmidt in the lineup out there for Washington, 88 in the white. Tim Gleason out of the lineup, missing his first game since coming to the Caps from Carolina. It's an upper body injury. Latta back in the lineup, so too this man, Brooks Orpik. His bid was blocked. 2-on-2 the other way, Vanek and Fontaine. Good crossover there by Carlson to thwart that rush.
Yeah, and that's all communication. Brooks was actually caught in the neutral zone, trying to get back. He wasn't going to catch him on the 2-on-1. Carlson realizes that. Smart play.
Wilson settles, fires that one that was blocked by Dumba. Two teams are skating 5-on-5, 3.5 minutes into the second period. We remain scoreless. Tom Wilson approaching the biscuit along the boards as he gets back on Vanek. Coyle brings it ahead. Long wrister snapped out of the air by Holtby, and he'll hold. Folks, the Washington Capitals and Telos Corporation, they're raising money for the nonprofit organization TAPS. Through the sale of Courage caps and t-shirts, you help support those who've suffered the loss of a military loved one. Go to WashingtonCaps.com to find out more. Caps in St. Paul, 38 wins for Washington and its faithful, 39 victories for these Minnesota Wild, 85 total points on the Western Conference ladder. Spurgeon with a wrister on the way, hit traffic in front.
And just about all the other numbers identical. Goals for, goals against. The Caps power play better, but they're penalty killing better, so that's why it's so even Steven here in the second period.
Johansson and Backstrom, a pair of Swedes there below the goal line for Washington. Johansson throws it back there for Backstrom, intercepted. Ovechkin's turnaround just sent wide, a quick trigger there. Johansson steps and fires, that was blocked by Ryan Suter. And at the doorstep, Devin Dubnyk will cover.
Alex Ovechkin trying to gun for the first goal against Devin Dubnyk here in this game. Here's an isolation here on Comcast Sportsnet. Battle in front with Spurgeon. Actually, the puck came right to him and tried to sizzle it low to that left side. Career totals, 749 games, over a point per game, 885. And he's been money against the Wild, a point per game pace for the grade 8.
Locker, the head coach for Minnesota, Mike Yeo, used to be an assistant in Pittsburgh, and he knows all about Alex Ovechkin. He was counseling his troops earlier today about a tremendous challenge that number 8 presents as Schmidt drives this one wide. Ovechkin was not in the lineup for the Caps in the first meeting against the Wild. Chimera plays it back on top. It'll get away from Eric Fair all the way to Braden Holtby's neighborhood.
And all the coaches, you know, it's always defense by committee. You cannot shut down the grade 8 by yourself. You need a committee effort, and that's why the Koivu line has played just about every shift against the OV line here tonight.
Eric Fair in 2-on-2. Great pass for Green. He chunked it wide. Fair had to elevate that pass. There's a penalty call coming up here. The indication is holding.
Yeah, I think Chimera was hit along the wall there and then sprung down, and Chimera now giving Spurgeon a shot. There was a big collision, but there's the holding call doled out. Good opportunity for the Caps in their second power play chance. Here's Chimmer. Watch him come around there. He's taken down by Pominville. You have all types of guys. And Scandella and Leopold also on the ice, but it's Leopold going off for that hold. Not sure that was the guy. Looked like a trip more than a hold, but he's off to the box.
Minnesota gets to put its top-rated PK unit back on the ice, almost 90% effective here at home as Jordan Leopold sits for holding. Coyle to take the draw against Troy Brouwer. Brouwer wins about 58%. So good when he's on his backhand side here. Look at a missed draw. The linesman wants to do it again. Linesman tonight, Darren Gibbs along with Brian Mock. This is Gibbs who will set it down. These power play stats are packaged by the UPS store. Washington gains possession. Nicholas Backstrom had it bounce over his blade. Johansson on a wraparound for Brouwer. And an easy stop there for Dubnyk.
Yeah, Dubnyk comes up with an easy one there. This penalty killing unit, teams operate at about 13% against it. The Caps well above that on their season, right near the top, if not the top, when it comes to power play percentage, Toby, at 25.7.
You and I had a chance to catch up with Barry Trotz earlier in the day, discussing the Minnesota penalty killing, and he said they anticipate where you're going so well, and they pressure at just the right time.
Man, that's the pressure points that they establish. They're not going to stand back and play passive. This is a very aggressive, swarming penalty killing unit.
Nicholas Backstrom operates, leaves it on the boards for Johansson. Inside for Brouwer, he shanked that one-timer. Johansson fights for it. Great retrieval there for 90 in the white. Carlson gives it right back to Marcus Johansson. South of the goal line, Backstrom inside for Brouwer. Another swing and a miss. Ovechkin reloads through the seam, looking for Johansson. The carom to Backstrom. Marcus Johansson with room. Backstrom shimmies, shifting away from Spurgeon. Johansson working the diamond setup. Power play for another 55 seconds. At point position, Carlson will have to reorganize. The Caps are waiting to get their second wave on as Ovechkin tiptoes into the offensive zone. All the way around for Johansson, blocks it there to Brouwer. Serve for Backstrom off of his boot. And Brodziak will work smoothly through center with Holla on a wrister that he fanned on. Holtby stayed with it. Backstrom looks up at only Claude Giroux when it comes to power play point guys in the NHL. Ward on the entry. Second wave coming on for Washington now. There's Kuznetsov at the half board. 18 seconds on the power play. Quick relay, Ovechkin off the outside of the post. Niskanen fakes the blast. Stepping in. It is Kuznetsov right to the gut of Dubnyk, and he'll squeeze.
Alex Ovechkin looks to the roof. Cannot believe that one. A beautifully set up seam pass. The Capitals are working down low. There's the quick pass right out in front, right off the crossbar. Nice play by Glenn Cross. And look at how flat that was. OV going high heat, glove side in isolation of Alex Ovechkin. There it is. Ding, right off the crossbar, had the goaltender beat.
We all know, Blocker, that Alex plays with that big curve on his hockey stick. How is it that players have to turn it down to keep the puck low on those one-timers?
It's a follow-through, right? You have the big curve, it's a follow-through. Plus, you see Alex Ovechkin's stick, it's about a 65 flex, so it's got a lot of give to it. And that also propels it up more than a stiffer stick that you may have more control down low.
I mean, he needed the top corner there. He had Dubnyk beaten. Perhaps on the next chance for Alex and friends as we remain scoreless in St. Paul. Our sport fans of the game are brought to you by Sport Automotive, Chevrolet, and Honda. Be a sport fan too. Visit sportautomotive.com. Capitals faithful in attendance here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Young and old, enjoying this clash between the Capitals and the Minnesota Wild. 13:05 to go in the second period. Yeah, well, if you can't get the tattoo,
face painting
might as well
right
just
here
go
in the
with the ink.
seats. Yeah, like it.
Is that going to wash off? Maybe next week?
Oh, that washes off. Yes.
Oh, it does. Okay, I'll put one on you. Folan gets the center stripe, but he'll dump it in. Niederreiter, who is shooting darts in the morning practice, is out there 22 in the red for Minnesota.
He didn't play the last time these two teams met either.
El Nino. Points in 5 of 6. And the first Swiss-born player with a 20-goal season in the NHL.
And there hasn't been many first-rounders. He was a first-rounder of the Islanders. There were 2 other first-rounders. They were called Swiss misses, Joby.
I know where you're going there. Icing against Washington.
And here's that last race for the puck, trying to throw off the icing. And look at Jason Chimera, the oldest player on the Caps. And he still possesses that tremendous speed.
Remember, that's a hybrid icing call and the judgment of the linesman. As the race gets to just about the dots, the face-off dots, they make the assessment.
Imaginary line.
Jason was winning the race later than that, but it did not affect the judgment of the officials. It should not have. Spurgeon breaks it outside for Pominville. Alsner is there. Below the goal line in the Washington zone. Shots on goal are low for this point in the contest. Spurgeon pumps that one right to Holtby as he will squeeze. Shot on goal number 11 for Minnesota.
That was a blast from Spurgeon. He can be creative and bring it from the point. Watch the left pad, though, how flat it hits. And look at where the rebound is. That's when you know your game is on. I mean, if it's a big rebound, there's a big difference. Look at how soft that left pad is to stop that blast from the point.
Braden Holtby's career numbers, just terrific when it comes to that win percentage, save percentage. Spurgeon lets it fly, knocked down in front by John Carlson. Carlson, who leads the Caps in block shots. Happy to see Brooks Orpik back in the fold after missing 4 games due to injury.
Hardly played in that first period, 8:16, Joe B. Only Carlson played more at 8:40. The other 8-minute man, you know who that is. That's Suter of the Wild at 8:20.
You missed it during the Caps pregame live on Comcast Sportsnet. First thing John Carlson said when I mentioned Brooks Orpik was back, John said, boy, he's so good for me.
Yeah.
And that tandem has been together from the outset. Mikhail Granlund's wrister is a pad save for Holtby in this 0-0 affair nearing the midway mark of regulation. Ovechkin from board to board sends in Johansson. Marcus delays. Cross rink. Good recovery, though, by Granlund to pick that pass off before it arrived at Ovechkin's tape.
And that's what Barry Trotz told us this morning. They're very good defensively, and one of the assets is their backtracking, Joe. That was a perfect example of backtracking by a forward to take away an opportunity for the Washington Capitals.
Dumba at point position. Keep it on the outside. Play it down low for Coyle. Posted up there against Nate Schmidt. Runs him into the back of the cage. Vanek's aerial to the boards. Jonas Brodin flushed out by Tom Wilson, who will clear. Dumba regroups. Sends in Coyle. Knifing between defenders. Good poke check by Green. Wilson failed to clear on his first attempt. Stays strong on his stick to get it out on the second. Dumba to the alleyway for Coyle, and Minnesota will rewind. 20-year-old Matt Dumba, a top 7 overall draft pick 3 summers ago. Schmidt waiting. Penalty call coming up here, and it's going to be against Washington for a trip.
Yeah, it's going to be a trip down in the corner. And so the Capitals will go shorthanded for the first look at their power play.
Washington penalty number 52, 2-minute tripping.
There's Greeny going off on the tripping minor. So the Wild go to the power play for their first time. Here it is down in the corner. Greeny gets tangled up right there. Down goes Fontaine. And to the box goes Mike Green, Joe B.
Barry Trotz's squad to penalty kill. Under 80% on the road. This Minnesota team, as good as they've been of late, their power play, as you can tell, nothing to write home about. Let's hope that continues. Koivu wins the draw back. Ryan Suter in a point position, lets it fly, and a glove save for Holtby.
That's a good save. They had a screener in front of the net, couldn't get his stick on that long-range wrist shot from Suter, but it all starts with the win of the draw. Goes right to the point, D to D. Suter gets an opportunity. There's an isolation in the high slot. There's Jason Pominville, who had a pair the last time these teams met. Couldn't get his twig on that wrist shot.
The guy to watch for Minnesota, man up, wears number 11. Zach Parise has 9 power play goals to lead the Wild this season. He's out there with Pominville and Koivu. Suter and Dumba, hard shooters from the back end. Washington penalty killers, Brouwer, Orpik, Carlson, and Light. Dumba gets the attacking territory, sends it on around. Parise in a puck battle, drags it on back for Suter. This way to Pominville. Keep it on the exterior, Parise.
No stick for Orpik. That's why they're having a little bit of a scramble problem.
Dumba, one-timer. That was a scorcher. It went wide.
And Orpik finally got a stick from the top man, the forward. That's where they're trying to isolate.
Parise on a backdoor look. Good play by Brooks Laich. As Holtby helps him out, Laich will clear.
Yeah, nice job there by Brouwer. Although Orpik shoots left, he used the stick of Brouwer, and then he quickly interchanged it as he went to the bench. He got his stick and dropped the other one.
Well, that's fine. Any port in a storm. Dumping it in, around there for Alsner, deflects it away from Dumba. Power play for Minnesota exists for another 50 seconds. Fair winds it around the boards and out. Ryan Suter, now 30 years of age, Madison, Wisconsin native. Fenced in there by Joel Ward. To a turning Spurgeon, on the headman to Granlund, then Vanek. Towards the cage, a kick-out stop for Holtby. He put the rebound on top of the wash there for Backstrom to maneuver through center and dump in. 8:45 left, second period, no score in St. Paul. Power play for the Wild, another 19 ticks.
Game 6 of the playoff series.
It feels like it.
It sure does.
Granlund on the wrister, a good save there. He was looking 7-hole. Holtby got that arm tucked into the body. Stewart drops it for Vanek. Vanek to the slot, deflected away by Brouwer. Barry Trotz was saying earlier today, you wouldn't want to play Minnesota or LA or Winnipeg in a first-round series. It's going to be rough out west. Same thing in the East. The Stanley Cup playoffs in about 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, there is no cakewalks. There are no cakewalks.
Granlund will send it in. Washington began this night 2 points out of third place in the Metropolitan Division, trying to chase down Pittsburgh. The Penguins are in action tonight in Dallas at American Airlines Center.
Yeah, both Pittsburgh and the Islanders going in the bad direction, which is a good sign for the Caps. The Caps, however, 11 games left, including this one. 9 versus playoff-bound teams, Joe, so it's not an easy schedule for the fellas in white.
I think the Capitals have the toughest schedule.
I think they do, too.
In the East.
Yep.
And this is a Minnesota team that may have the toughest schedule overall in the NHL still left. The Wild, since the All-Star break, the best mark in the NHL. 3-on-3 here for Backstrom. Gliding in, drop pass, Green fires, pad save, Dubnyk. Big rebound, triggers the break for Justin Fontaine in the Wild. 3-on-3 the other direction, no running room there, afforded by Nate Schmidt.
Yeah, nicely done. Fronted the 3-on-2 and took it away in a hurry, not allowing them any penetration below the tops of the circles.
Ovechkin rumbles into the offensive zone, gave Dumba the what-for along the boards. Wild have possession, Jonas Brodin. Dumba on the headman, looking for Haula, it goes away from him. Alsner is there, this is icing against Minnesota.
Well, the penalty-killing unit just got better for the Caps tonight with the return of Orpik. He plays close to 3 minutes. There he is without the twig. There's Brouwer giving him his stick, but he shoots the opposite way. He's going to come over now and try to clear the puck after this play by Parise. Watch Brooks Light get it, gets it on his forehand, and makes sure it's down. Holtby, a nice save right here as they snuck in. There's the rebound. The rebound was there, but a lot of white jerseys along with the follow-up man.
Evgeny Kuznetsov attempting to win this draw. Minnesota out shooting Washington by 5 to this point in the contest. Haula trickles it ahead. Bergenheim working back through center. Dribbles this one to Holtby's doorstep. Caps fans know 23 in the red. Sean Bergenheim, his days back especially in Tampa. In one particular playoff spring. Brouwer moseys through center, he'll dump it in. First man to it is Curtis Glencross. It bounced away from him. Bergenheim at center, treated there by Brouwer, he'll clear it in. Mike Yeo wants to change that forward line. The clear out for Glencross, he'll chisel it towards the cage. Dubnyk jams it away. Granlund lost his balance. Latta was lining him up. Latta off the turnover, steps right on in. Michael Latta fires. He just missed it on the short side.
We had everybody wiping out, including the referee on the far side who was tripped up by one of the Wild.
Hey, it's slippery out there. Latta on the feed. Carlson lets it go. Glove save there. Rebound deflected wide as Dubnyk stands tall in the cage again.
I love this line. Like with Wilson and Latta, just a real going concern for Minnesota. Talk about a forecheck.
Wrist shot there from Carlson. Stop. Dubnyk made the follow-up save on like 2. Devin Dubnyk keeping Minnesota in a no-score hockey game. A tie with 5:20 to go in the second period.
Whoa,
John Carlson
that's
cleared
a penalty.
in. Behind the play, Wilson was upset.
That's a penalty for sure. And Wilson's going to go right after the man that got a piece of him. That's definitely a penalty. I'm not sure if the referee saw that punch to the head of Wilson that knocked him down. That's why he was upset.
It looks like it's Zach Parise who he was swallowing up along the boards. Tom Wilson will readjust his lid as we make our way to commercial break. Scoreless, but acting up in St. Paul. It was Zach Parise who threw the left to Tom Wilson. I think you want to check that the next time. No score in St. Paul. The officials have evened it up. A roughing penalty to Zach Parise. Tom Wilson gets 2 minutes for embellishment.
Awful call.
Our military salute is brought to you by Pentagon Federal Credit Union. Tonight's honoree, Staff Sergeant Grace L. Henderson, who's been an active member of the U.S. Air Force since 2008. Thanks very much, Grace, for all that you and your fellow servicemen and women are doing for our country. Here's Craig Laughlin's commentary once again.
I don't like the call. I don't think this is embellishment. There he is, the shot right there. He did not embellish that. I don't give him a penalty whatsoever. You could see how quickly Parise went over to the bench. He knew he just knocked down the Capitals' tough guy. The Caps should be on a power play. That is an even up cheap call against Wilson. I guess the reputation gets him on that one.
Second time this evening we go 4-on-4 with 4:50 separating us from Zayo Intermission Live from the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet. Matt Niskanen working back through center, Minnesota native. Was looking for tickets all throughout the day today. Plenty of friends and family in attendance tonight. As Ovechkin roars through center. Alex Ovechkin fires a kick-out save. Follow-up chance. Score! Alex Ovechkin makes it 1-0.
Alex gets his 46, one of the prettiest rushes we've seen from the grade 8 this year. 4-on-4, the Capitals have been dominant this season, one of the highest scoring teams. Here's why. You get your skill guys at full flight. Orpik will get the primary assist just to give it to the man there. And there's the follow-up on a big, juicy rebound. The shot, the D let him wander. Suter does not pick him up. Here's one more look at the grade 8. That is some hockey speed right there. The captain and the Caps up 1-0.
Washington this season went 4-on-4 against the opposition. They've outscored their opponents 10-2 now. During the 4-on-4 play, Ovechkin's 46 of the campaign leads the league as Coyle looks to respond. Dangles in there, stopped by Holtby. Charlie Coyle with an impressive rush himself. 15:25 the time of the tally in the second period for Ovechkin. 1-0 DC. Kuznetsov with a rip-off below the goal line. Banked it off the defender Brodin and wide. John Carlson stepping in from point position. Brodin lost the handle. Kuznetsov scores! A dazzling deke in front.
And the Capitals bench going berserk, much like they are on the ice. Again, a 4-on-4 goal. More room to operate for the skill set guys of the Washington Capitals. Kuzi is on a roll. He's got 12 career goals now, one away from getting 10 this year. Good pressure down low, bad play down low by the young defenseman. And here's the Capitals jumping all over it. It's going to be an unassisted goal on a wonderful deke by Kuznetsov. The Capitals, just like that in a flash, have a 2-0 lead here on the road.
Scoring for Washington, 9th in the season for number 92.
Kuznetsov's 9th. 39 seconds after Ovechkin's 46. 4-on-4 continues. It's been a nightmare for Minnesota as Dubnyk makes the blocker save on Matt Niskanen. 3.5 left in this second period. Haula taking it to the hoop. His pass covered up there by Niskanen for Washington. A long clearing attempt for Joel Ward. Spurgeon in a foot race. It's icing against the Capitals.
Joe B, the Capitals now have 11 4-on-4 goals compared to only 2 against. The Wild just 5-4, now 10 against. Just shows you the dominance that the Capitals can display when they get 4-on-4. An isolation of Kuzi, and Kuzi makes it look sweet against Brodin. Notice the young defenseman tries to be cute in front. He's just 21 years of age. A push-through spinorama. How do you do that in your paint? I don't understand it. But Kuzi will take advantage of the giveaway in front of Dubnyk.
After the officials saw fit to give Tom Wilson an embellishment minor after taking a left to the chops from Zach Parise.
That was a great call.
Now Locker loves it. Now Locker loves it. Through center. Come the Wild with Brooks Laich on a back check there ahead of Meter rider. Brooks Orpik sends it on around for Green. Latter stages of period 2 from Xcel Energy Center. Washington playing the second of 3 in a row on the road. They'll be in Winnipeg at MTS Center Saturday night.
And this is a Wild team that's been fantastic on the road, but just so-so here on home ice, Joe. They've lost 3 of their last 5 here at Xcel Energy Center.
They're on a franchise record 8-game winning roll on the road, and included in that stretch is a victory in DC back in early March. 2:27 left in this period. Players down, referee's arm up. Tom Wilson rolling around on the ice. It's been an interesting game. The Caps are about to go to the power play when you return. In the meantime, 4-on-4. Big damage. Ovechkin and Kuznetsov back-to-back. 2-0 Caps. Tallies for Washington in less than 40 seconds. It's 2-0 Caps over the Wild. The assist leaders are presented by your local Hyundai dealers. Let them assist you in scoring the lowest prices on the hottest lineup in America. Locker, look, there's a Cap on top of the most unselfish list.
Any winger that plays with him is going to get the puck a ton. Backstrom 53, 5 better than Crosby, Voracek, and Thornton. Sedin and Giroux are top 5 or below Nick Backstrom on our Hyundai assist leaders here tonight.
Nicholas digging in on the draw, bested there by Kyle Brodziak. Along the wall, John Carlson trickles it down low. Washington Capitals to a power play. While we were going to break, Chris Stewart, 2 minutes for roughing.
Man.
As he got entangled with Tom Wilson, who's been a going concern throughout. These power play stats packaged by our friends at the UPS store.
Tom Wilson has turned this game around in the Caps' favor in a big way. They're more worried about getting back at Tom Wilson than they are playing the game. He's really been a thorn in the side of every Minnesotan here tonight.
Backstrom inching towards the cage, feeds for Johansson, they'll exchange. Backstrom on the delay. Cuts in for Johansson. Each of them looking for Brouwer inside that diamond. Backstrom doesn't call his own number yet. Nicholas with all the patience in the world finds Johansson. His pass blocked by Spurgeon. Backstrom for Johansson, waved at by Suter. Inside Brouwer, all the way through Ovechkin, denied, and Dubnyk will cover.
That pass wasn't meant for Ovechkin, but it worked out just fine. Thank you very much. Alex gets some good lumber on that one, but there you see the size, right side of the screen. You'll see the size of Dubnyk taking away the shot. 2 quick shuffles, and he's got that angle taken care of. Alex shoots it immediately, but you see Dubnyk already there, right place, right time, takes it to the crest.
Dubnyk huffing and puffing back behind that Minnesota Wild goalie mask as Ovechkin lets this one go. Rebounds loose there. Poland made the block on Evgeny Kuznetsov. The last time these two teams met, Glenn Cross was the only man to score for Washington on the power play. Curtis and the Caps have a 2-0 advantage now on tallies from Ovechkin and Kuznetsov. Wild shorthanded another 34 seconds.
Final minute of play in the second period.
Ovechkin hopping through center. Mikko Koivu on a takeaway. Carlson with his head up to Kuznetsov through center. On the flank to Ward. The return pass is a little bit strong. Ward waiting. Glenn Cross was hovering around, never received the pass. Brodziak goes the other way to the interior on Niskanen. Poke check by Ovechkin. Haula sweeps it into the corner. Big carom off the boards to the waiting Evgeny Kuznetsov. Winding it up through center. Just one shot on the man advantage for the Caps. This is whistled down offside against Washington. Gives us time for McDonald's trivia tonight. Besides the grade 8, besides Alex Ovechkin, which Caps player stays on the ice for the longest shifts on average? It's a head scratcher.
Sure is.
Your mind tends to go towards the defensive side of the puck with those questions. Alex Ovechkin getting a word from assistant coach Blaine Forsythe. Messrs. Trotz, Reardon, Lambert, Forsythe, all back behind the Washington bench. The Caps brain trust. As this is peppered in from neutral by Niskanen. Took a funny bounce there, almost foiled Dubnyk. Mikhail Granlund in possession. Powers his way through center. Nice look here for Folin. He rips and scores. Christian Folin
That is a tough one to allow with 8.2 left. The Caps have played so well defensively. Now they're 3-on-3. They've got to have everybody. Brooks Light comes to the middle instead of staying wide. They had enough men back. Look at Brooks go to one side now. And now you have two guys on one side, no one on the other. And Folan walks in and he buries it. A great passing play on missed assignments and coverage by the Capitals when they were in good shape at 3-on-3 crossing the blue line.
Sigh of relief from Mike Yeo and the Minnesota faithful. 1951, the time of the goal against Braden Holtby. Folan just his second of the season. The other one came against San Jose, as the referee Chris Lee explains to Barry Trotz. The assist should come to Parise and Granlund on that one. All of a sudden, Xcel Energy Center comes to life. Ward with a last-ditch effort for Washington from the sharp angle, rejected there by Dubnyk. He'll deflect into the corner as the siren goes, ending period number 2.
And that was a heavy collision. Ward still down, Joe. He got shouldered right into the head, right at the side of the net, I think by his own man. That's why he's got a little bit of a smile there. Watch what happens. Jimmer goes to the net. Watch Ward will come out, but watch Eric Fair. He rails him. And you have your own teammate wipe you out. That's why he's got a little smile, but that was a heavy hit doled out by his centerman.
Minnesota treks off to its dressing room. Washington will do likewise. That means we are at Zayo Intermission Live. Here's what's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet. In our anniversary season look back, we'll peek at Sergei Gonchar, highlights and stats from tonight's action, news and notes from around all of the NHL. Capitals and Wild tonight, 1 of 10 on the NHL circuit. The Caps get 2 goals in a heartbeat. Ovechkin and Kuznetsov do the honors. Zayo Intermission Live begins. Chick Hernandez, Doc Walker with his Sports Talk Live preview. It's a Thursday night on ice in St. Paul, Minnesota for the Washington Capitals on the road again. A trip to Winnipeg soon to come, but for now, a 2-1 lead over their host, the Minnesota Wild. Locker, both games I'm most interested in tonight are 2-1 scores. The other one is in Dallas at American Airlines Center, where the Stars lead the Penguins, getting late in that second period, 2-1. We march on into period 3. Chris Stewart there at the top of the forecheck. Nito Niederreiter, 22 in the red for the Wild. This Minnesota team has won 8 of its last 10 overall. The vast majority of that damage done away from this rink.
And we'll see if they get any type of emotion and the fans into it after that late goal going at the end of that second period.
He's not kidding by late goal. Christian Folan, 1951, the time of that tally, just his second on the season. Alsner building momentum through center for Backstrom. Cradles it ahead. Dumba is there on defense for the Wild. Moves it along crisply through center. Here comes Granlund. Granlund to the front. Tries to relay there for Parise. It'll get away from him and force the Wild to recover at center. Dump in, another strange carom off of one of those glass supports. At the doorstep, Parise robbed by Holtby.
Yeah, Holtby, unbelievable stop. A weird bounce, and Holtby to the rescue. 2 stops on their best gunslinger.
Capitals have to dig in here defensively. Brooks Orpik has returned to the lineup. You see him 44 in the white for Washington. Had missed the last 4 games due to injury. As the Caps are missing Tim Gleason tonight, upper body injury, as well as Jay Beagle, Dmitry Orlov, and John Erskine.
Talk about tested early. Watch this weird bounce. The puck goes off the side of the net. There's 1, there's 2 against their guy. Parise has 27 goals, and Holtby holds tight to that right post.
Zach Parise in the first meeting between these two teams had a pair of assists. It was Jason Pominville who was the hero for Minnesota in that victory, 2-1 back at Verizon Center March 5th. Fontaine with a steal, looking for Vanek. Puttered to center there by John Carlson. Brouwer, Kuznetsov, and Glencross on ice for Washington in the traveling whites. They'll see Winnipeg on Saturday at MTS Center. That's a 7 p.m. Eastern time start. Get a whistle here, stoppage in play. The face-off to come in neutral ice.
Yeah, right into the bench there. Glenn Cross has been a great addition to this hockey team, especially when you're away from home. You know, he's a grinder. He's been in Calgary for so many years, and when you have an Orpik, you have a Glenn Cross, they bring that extra jam when this team plays on the road.
Did I see Curtis is renting Alex Ovechkin's old house in Arlington?
Yes, he is.
Good choice. Nice spot.
Yeah.
Folin gaining ground through center. He'll dump it in.
He's hoping he's going to get a new deal.
You might as well just stay right here, Alex.
That's a high-rent district.
Glenn Cross moves it through center. Fontaine got back and coughed it up. Kuznetsov fires right to the chest of Devin Dubnyk. Left a pretty sizable rebound there. Ryan Suter cleans it up and did not manage to get it out. Second chance on around for Fontaine. Saucer pass through center for Charlie Coyle. On the drop to Vanek. Looking for the tip-in try. It goes wide of the goal. Coyle points it for Dumba. Switch it up to Jonas Brodin. Tom Wilson has been rambunctious as always tonight. Failed to clear. Mike Green gets his turn, along with Nate Schmidt. Thrilled to be playing in front of friends and family here in his home state. Dubnyk keeps it moving for Matt Dumba.
I think it's very similar to guys that play in the NHL that go back to, for example, Toronto, Joe. It's the same type of high with hockey being so important in the Minnesota region.
Carlson drills it right to a kneeling Dubnyk, and he will secure that long enough for the whistle.
Man, it was sort of a toughie, though. There's Willie. I think he's really turned the course of this hockey game. And, of course, you have Dubnyk, who's been money for this Wild team, but there goes Willie. Real good game so far. It looks to me like he's playing with that energy. He's just on the edge. And you don't want to go over it. You want to be on it for a tough guy and a guy that's going to be a big part of this Caps team for the future.
Just saw a whole volley of scores go by at the top of the screen. I saw one involving Florida as Ovechkin drives and scores! Alex Ovechkin!
Well, everyone knows it's coming, and then it's in the net in a flash. Alex has got his 47th goal of the season off a set play. You know, last game 3 or 4 times it didn't work. Now it does. It is just a rifle, and it's all Nick Backstrom. Watch him use his stick and then his skate, but he passes it with his stick on the forehand. Not much you can do there, but it's a complete fivesome that's on the ice that executes the goal off the draw. That's a huge one.
Ovechkin, 13 multiple goal games this year. Almost 100 of those in his career now. He stands at 98 and counting. A little extra insurance for the Caps, a 2-goal bulge with 16 and a half to go in regulation. Koivu muscles in. His pass for Stewart, guarded by Ovechkin, who made the strip. Alex took a high stick. The Capitals are going to get a power play here. Backstrom gliding in on the toe drag move. The Wild make the touch-up, and the high-sticking call comes.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at OV to see if it's deemed a double minor. I think it's just going to be a single-nature high-sticking call. Along the wall, Stewart is going to get his stick up right there, and Stewart goes off, his second minor of the hockey game, right under the chin. A power play upcoming for the Caps. Stewart in the box. This Caps team, Backstrom an assist on the last play. OV a couple of goals. Well, they now lead the NHL. The Islanders and Tavares not playing tonight. Tavares was at the top of the heap by 1 over those guys, and Crosby was 72 coming into tonight's action.
Power play stats packaged by the UPS store. Niskanen works it on the exterior for Yevgeny Kuznetsov, who had a second period goal. They work the rotation play. Kuznetsov wheels off the boards against Folin. Defender there waiting to send it all the way down was Jordan Leopold. Niskanen pouncing on that loose puck. Green moves it ahead. They come wing to wing on the entry for Curtis Glencross. His pass thieved by Brodziak, and Brodziak will loop it on away as Haula strides after it. Eric Haula, a collegiate teammate, good chum of Nate Schmidt during their Golden Gopher days at the University of Minnesota.
I don't think Brodziak had that golf shot down. I think he was trying to lead Haula and just threw it too far over the green there because Haula has pretty good speed.
The Glencross wrister was deflected out of play. It's 3-1 Washington. Earlier we asked Jim McDonald's trivia question, and it had to do with shift length. Which Caps player, aside from Alex Ovechkin, stays on the ice for the longest shift on average?
Braden Holtby.
Matt Niskanen.
Carlson. Carlson or Holtby?
Mike Green.
Oh, man.
Mike Green
52 seconds.
for number 52.
Nicely done.
Spurgeon turns the net for the Wild and plays it on out. Ice time leaders overall for the Caps, 1 and 2, John Carlson and Matt Niskanen.
3 guys in that first and second period over a minute average per shift. One of them was Ovi, the other was Carlson.
Capitals, a man to the good for another 40 seconds here. As Carlson wanders back through center, just jumping back with us. Ovechkin another tally, his 47th on the season. This one's dumped in, a strange bounce. Goalies have been riddled by that throughout the night at both ends. Thankfully for Dubnyk, that caught the meshing, or else it could have been an easy layup for Washington. Shots on goal are 23-19 favor the Caps. Johansson motors in. Slams on the brakes. Pivots along the boards. Delivers to Backstrom. Nicholas taking a peek. Sightseeing on the outside. Snapshot blocked. It hit the screener, Johansson. Ovechkin's relay down low. Here's a stuff attempt. Dubnyk the save as he thwarts Johansson point blank.
How sweet was that pass? Ovi's doing it all here tonight. One of the sweetest passes I have seen from the stick at number 8. Watch the left side of the screen. Blocked off Mojo. Watch 8 get it. Alex Ovechkin just spins it, fires it. That beats both defenders right down to Marcus, who had just blocked the Nick Backstrom shot. Wonderful play by the captain.
Alex 3 away from another 50-goal season. Alex 3 away from tying Peter Bondra all-time as the Caps' leading goal scorer. Granlund and Fair on the ensuing faceoff. Stepping in from point position, it's Alzner with a wrister that was spoiled in front. Niskanen hammers that one. That was blocked too. Chimera has the ricochet. 6 minutes deep in the third period, the Caps advance their lead by 1. It's a 3-1 margin. Pominville twists it through center. Parise did not feel that pass. Joel Ward carving in after Christian Bolin. Ward broke his stick in the process. Mikhail Granlund on the headman for Parise. Then Jordan Leopold will dump it in. Leopold, the former Hobey Baker Award winner at the University of Minnesota. That's hockey's equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. The top 10 finalists came out today, announced by the NCAA. As Fair looks to clear. Granlund sets up shop. Finessed it off the boards. Great pass for Suter. Fires that one looking for the tip end. Came right through the paint. Spurgeon to Pominville. Suter straight away. Winds in. Fires. Deflected wide of Holtby. Good possession shift here for the Wild. Caps will relieve that pressure. Float it back onto the Minnesota side of center.
And for the Hobey Baker, it's a player that exhibits a strong sense of character on and off the ice, contributes to the integrity of the team, and excels in all aspects of the game of hockey. And that Eichel kid from BU, one of the guys on that list.
Yeah, he's really good. We'll talk about him in a second. Now's the time to renew your full season ticket memberships for the 15-16 season. You lock in your seats for 2015 Stanley Cup playoffs. You pay as we play. You call 202-266-2350. Join all your Caps friends back at Verizon Center. Jack Eichel is an 18-year-old freshman who plays at Boston University. Expected to go 1 or 2 with Connor McDavid in the upcoming NHL draft. The first freshman locker in some 12 years to be a Hobey Baker finalist in the top 10. The last one is out there on the rink for Minnesota.
Man, nice numbers. That's Parise. The nice numbers for Eichel. 20 goals, 41 assists, 61 points, leads the NCAA. A plus 42, Joe, in just 34 games. He's on the inside track to win that. The last freshman to win the Hobey Baker was Paul Kariya over 20 years ago.
A stick save here for Holtby. Point position. Brodin towards the cage. A hit Coyle, another former BU Terrier, and he's limping back towards the bench. We're enjoying pro hockey NHL action on Comcast Sportsnet. All 6 conferences in the nation will crown their champs this weekend. In college action, Sports fans, of course, loving the NCAA men's basketball tournament action today. Mikko Koivu spins, finds Niederreiter on top for Brodin. 3-1 Washington. A pair of goals from Ovechkin. Suter lets this fly. Deflected wide. Latta reeled in by Niederreiter, who throws him down to the deck. Wilson did not get it out. Ryan Suter to the goal mouth. Hard work there coming from Michael Latta, who returns to the lineup. Sustained an injury after the Caps last met the Columbus Blue Jackets. A hit from Jared Boll was a bit high, to say the least.
Real high.
Wild half possession as Stewart accelerates through center. He'll dump it in.
And this is a Caps team that came into this game with just 8 even strength goals the last 6. I thought it was going to be a wash power play penalty killing, and that's the way this game has gone. The Caps with 3 even strength goals, 2 were 4-on-4 variety, which is even strength, and 1 off that face-off draw.
Zach Parise out there now. Parise and Granlund and Pominville. Arguably the top trio for Mike Yeo, as Devin Dubnyk will sweep that aside for Marcus Johansson. Parise 12 years ago was a freshman at North Dakota. He was in the top 10 for the Hobey Baker Award finalists. In the top 3 the following year. Dumba sweeps it down low for Granlund.
And the NCAA, the most championships is Michigan, Joe B, with 9. North Dakota at 7, and Denver is at 9. Minnesota has won it 5 times, but it was in the early 90s the last time University of Minnesota won the national championship.
We'll be talking more about the Frozen Four as that tournament unfolds. Frozen Four at TD Garden in Boston this year. Ovechkin has the puck. 2 tallies tonight. The last of which came in this third period at the 3:05 mark. Pominville winds and fires. A blocker save for Holtby. Orpik rattles it off the board. Chimera gets it out. Smart pass there for Joel Ward, and he'll steer in. 9:45 left. Third period of play. 3-1 Washington. Dumba cruising out of his own zone. Vanek chiseled it ahead. Dubnyk will tee it up for a turning Dumba. Right up the gut to Charlie Coyle. Streaking through center. Coyle on the attack to his backhand. Ran out of room there. Carlson forced him on the angle. Vanek lying in wait. Austrian-born winger to the goal mouth. Came right on through. Spurgeon creeps in from point position. 5-on-5 play continues. It was 2 4-on-4 goals from Washington in the second period that changed the complexion of this game. Vanek to the goal mouth. Good read by Carlson. Spurgeon fakes the blast. They look for Vanek. Another good read, this time from Schmidt, who makes the steal. Nate Schmidt advancing one-on-one. Schmidt to a backhand, a blocker save for Devin Dubnyk.
That would have been nice if that got by him.
You ain't kidding. Coyle the other way, 2-on-2. Defensively there on the cover-up for Washington, Yevgeny Kuznetsov plays it fancily to center between his skates. Brouwer calming it down. Through center for Curtis Glencross to dump in. Folin, the lone goal scorer for the Wild, came very late in the second period. Just a bit more than 8 minutes with which to work in the third. Folin bangs it ahead for Niederreiter, but this is going to be offside against Minnesota. Get you back to XL Energy Center right after these words to join Mike Green and friends, leading by 2. Tonight's game summary brought to you by Night Point Systems. They offer the technology you need when you need it. Brooks Orpik, glad to see him back in the fold.
Yeah, nice night. A couple of blocks, a couple of hits. Alex Ovechkin, an animal tonight. 2 goals, 47. Now on the NHL ledger, leads the National Hockey League. Kuznetsov gets his 9th on a rip-off. He's got 4 shots, and he's got 5 points his last 5 games. The Caps are on fire here in Minnesota.
22-year-old Kuznetsov signed with the Caps just about a year ago in March. Some jostling off the draw between Niederreiter and Brouwer. They continue to jaw at one another. Referee Graham Skilleter comes in to keep the peace. Ryan Suter's slap pass is a bit too strong for Matt Dumba. Washington in the traveling whites. They'll do it again north of the border in Winnipeg. That'll come on Saturday. We'll keep you company on Comcast Sportsnet. Brouwer continues to exchange words, this time with Mikko Koivu.
Yeah, getting involved. Brouwer's getting under their skin a little bit here in this third period. Koivu and company trying to mount a comeback. Koivu, the captain. Brouwer sort of giving him pushing and shoving with Niederreiter. Niederreiter, by the way, Joe, I was surprised to see that he leads them in hits. He's a forward that gets in there all the time. And our Jeep shots on goal look here tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. Even Steven in the first. The Caps took over in the second. And in the third, lead by a deuce.
Nino leads his team in game-winning goals, too. I don't need to see him with the puck.
No.
As we drift below 8 minutes to go in this one, with Washington leading by 2. Ward working to the outside. As the Capitals have punctured Devin Dubnyk for 3 goals tonight. Dubnyk 2 goals or less in 13 of the last 14 outings. Koivu threads that one for Stewart as he was lassoed on his way to the net. The Minnesota Wild are going to a power play here, a hooking call.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy call. It was a sprung 2-on-1 and a penalty from behind on the back check. So Chimera will head off on the hooking call. He's not going to like it, but watch what happens right there, just on the hands. Once you get to the hands of anybody, you're going to the box. He does, and he's sent to the box to sit for a deuce. Chris Stewart draws the minor penalty.
It's one thing you get a little bit worried about with the Caps. They're among the top 4 teams in the NHL when it comes to minor penalties taken. So Barry Trotz's team has to penalty kill and protect Braden Holtby. Holtby to this point with 20 stops on the night. These power play stats are packaged by the UPS store. It's the second man advantage for Minnesota, a team that is just a little bit below 19% effective here at home. Koivu beats Brouwer. Dumba steps, fakes the blast. Mikko Koivu keep it on the outside. Pominville's rotation intercepted. Like clears.
Yeah, because Light was able to rotate down low. Good movement there on the penalty killing, making sure you go from high to low, and Brooks Light able to take away that seam pass.
Ryan Suter snakes his way through center. Leaves for Mikko Koivu. Koivu everywhere when you look in the record books for the Wild when it comes to games played, goals, assists, and points. Suter on the back pedal. Ryan Suter put that one to the front and hit off of Pominville's skates, and the Capitals clear.
I like it. They're trying to force plays now, and that plays right into the hands of the Washington Capitals penalty killing unit.
Suter venturing back for Minnesota. Koivu through center. That pass didn't have a lot of starch on it. An easy pickpocket for Brooks Orpik. Koivu will try it again. Rolls it on for Suter. He'll dump the puck in. Braden Holtby to help his own cause. Slings it around the boards, but not out. Pominville interchanging Koivu. Playing catch with Parisi. On top it comes for Ryan Suter. Dumber, one-timer, right to the chest of Holtby.
Notice no screen in front. You see Carlson with the big kabong of Parisi, not allowing him to hang out in front of the net. Watch this play as they move it on the power play. Watch number 11, though. Watch what happens. He actually doesn't get kabong. He actually trips over the back foot of Carlson trying to get to the front of the net. Braden stellar once again here on the road.
62nd start of the season for Braden Holtby. Closing in on Al Jensen for number 3 overall when it comes to wins for the Caps.
You don't even ask Barry Trotz anymore who started.
Not quite. Justin Peters, the understudy for Washington this evening. Darcy Kemper, the backup for Devin Dubnyk. Granlund works to the outside. Vanek short side. Shut down there by Holtby. 6 minutes and change to go in the third. 2-goal advantage for Washington. Granlund fidgets with it. Slips it inside. Holtby to save. Rebound, score! Spurgeon out of the air.
Spurgeon should play for the Twins. That is a nice looking goal. Right side of the screen. Here they are moving it around, trying to get to the middle. Bouncing puck. And there's a single to the first base. As Spurgeon right out of mid-air before the Caps can collect. As Orpik tries to wave at it right there. And Spurgeon gets to it first. And you can see Orpik's reaction. They strike. It's 3-2 Caps.
9th goal of the season for Spurgeon. His 3rd power play marker. 7 of his 9 here at Xcel Energy Center. And all of a sudden it's nail-biting time again. 5:45 to go in regulation. 1-goal advantage for Washington. Fair muscling up on Haula. Help comes from Niskanen. In the quarrel to the left of Braden Holtby. Chimera tumbles it ahead. Collected out of the air by Ward. Trailing the play there was Fair. Fair lobs it cross corner. Chimera the first man to it. Folan is there to give him a bump. Haula has the puck for Minnesota. He'll clear. Shots on goal are 26-25 for Washington. The lead by one there, and the lead by one where it matters most. Ovechkin pivots off the board, slings that one at Dubnyk, who just shrugged it away. Sneaky release from the Capitals captain. Johansson bottling things up in the offensive zone. Finally flushed back to center as Ovechkin will dump it in. Suter takes that sharp carom. Folan moves it along for Chris Stewart. Three abreast the attacking line with Koivu and Niederreiter. Ovechkin there on the back check. Johansson speeds to the outside, canceled there by fellow Swede Jonas Brodin. Niederreiter through center. On the flank for Dumba. Lets it fly, deflected off the back glass. Koivu has the rebound. Down low for Stewart. Forced to the boards there by Green. Stewart's a big man, he wipes out. Lost possession. Green sends it on around, but not clear. Dumba moving well. Lets it go, too tall there over top of the head of Braden Holtby.
You can tell that young defenseman's going to be a good one and only get better because of his lateral movement that Dumba just displayed there.
Sharp-looking 20-year-old on the back end for the Wild. Jared Spurgeon knocks one home. A power play strike. It's a one-goal game. Come on back.
Locker, listen up. Hadid shows us the road ahead for Washington.
Yeah, day off tomorrow. We'll fly to Winnipeg tonight against the Jets and Paul Maurice's team trying to get into the postseason. Thursday, the Devils come into town. Some days off to get ready for that game. The Predators Saturday afternoon. Up to the Big Apple on Sunday, March 29th at 3 o'clock start. And then Tuesday, March 31st to finish off the March part of the schedule against the Hurricanes. All the action right here with us on CSN.
Locker, are you kidding me? We're almost done with March already?
I know.
Stop it.
3-2 for Washington. 4:16 left. The NHL on Comcast Sportsnet. Joe and Craig with you down the stretch. Right there with Braden and Joel and the rest of the Capitals. Mikael Granlund looks in at the face-off. Looking for possession. Two teams have traded tallies here in the third period. Ovechkin made it 3-1. Spurgeon a few moments ago on the power play, bringing the Wild within one. Dumba hasn't been off the ice in this third period. He's doing a Ryan Suter impression.
He sure is.
Ward tied up along the boards. Halsner way in from his point position. Chimera gobbled up there by Ryan Suter. Ward plays it to the point for Niskanen. He'll sling it down low all the way around. Pominville is there for the Wild, and he will clear. Minnesota Wild came into existence in the 2000-2001 NHL season, so this is only the 16th time these teams have ever met. Pominville looking for Dumba. It has been the most homer series you could think about, with the Caps doing so well at Verizon, and Minnesota locking up win after win here at XL. We'll see if that changes in about 3 minutes. On the go, Brodin forced that pass. It won't be icing, however. Brooks Orpik will turn. Coyle snares. Right in his face there was John Carlson. Good defensive work, and the Caps get it out.
And notice how quick that breakout went into the corner. Once it started in the corner, a little D-to-D and right to the winger for an easy exit. No hard around there.
Vanek takes it off the boards. South of the goal line for Fontaine, weaving out of the corner. Brodin, cross rink. Spurgeon managed to keep that alive. It's still onside as Carlson will usher it out for Washington. Line changes on the go quickly. Personnel changes for both sides. Coyle hops in and fires. It's juggled into the glove by Braden Holtby. 2:24 to go. Back for the conclusion of regulation time at XL Energy Center on Comcast Sportsnet. Thompson Creek with this window of opportunity to revisit the goals from the captain.
Alex Ovechkin 4-on-4 beats Suter and his partner on a big rebound. This one a set play off the face-off. Way to go, Nick Backstrom. A beautiful face-off win for goal number 47.
Right now, that one stands as the lead marker. The Capitals one better than Minnesota with 2:24 to go in regulation. If you're thinking about it, each team does still have its 30-second timeout to use at its disposal. As Brooks Laich sends this one all the way, it is going to be icing against the Capitals. Folks, the Caps player of the game, sponsored by the Palm Restaurant tonight. We will choose none other than the grade 8, Alex Ovechkin.
Why not? Leaders lead. Your best players have to be your best players. He has been. His 98th career multi-goal game, 6 shots over 20 minutes, and a +2 for the grade 8.
You can enter to be the Palm Fan of the Month at thepalm.com/fan. Our thanks to the Palm and all of our generous sponsors for their support throughout this season. Capitals, Wild, finding themselves, 3.5 weeks away from the real fun starting in the Stanley Cup playoffs. First, just trying to secure their position in it, and then trying to figure out where they're going to be seated.
Yeah, and you can, for the Caps, you can move up. If you're Brooks Orpik, Karl Alzner, and the rest of the defensive core, you want to move up. You can still catch the Islanders, still catch the Penguins, and get that rock-solid 3rd seed.
You could catch the Penguins tonight.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is trailing in Dallas. Jamie Benn has the lead goal after 2 periods. The Stars are beating the Penguins. Washington is clinging to a 1-goal lead right now. Those scores stay the same. Everything ends in regulation. The Caps would be leveled with the Pens.
And congrats to Jaromir Jagr. He moves past Phil Esposito tonight, Joe B, with his 718th goal.
That is a whole bunch. Holtby swats that to the corner. Eric Fair has possession of the puck for Washington. We'll keep our eyes on Devin Dubnyk. See when Mike Yeo will lift him for an extra skater. Minnesota, so good on the road lately in Yeo's estimation. Why not? They've won 8 in a row. Said we have some swagger there. Can't change the game here at home. Brodin walks in and fires. Holtby confidently challenges there. 6 attackers on for Minnesota.
Way too wide open, Joe. Remember that east-west pass has hurt the Caps. That just about cost them.
Mikko Koivu back through a seam for Spurgeon. A wrister that was blocked by Brouwer. 6 skaters on in red for the Wild. 1:05 to play in the 3rd. Brodin chips it down low. Parisi bodies up against John Carlson. Zach Parisi keeps it moving. Mikko Koivu along the goal line. Shovels one to the slot. Loose in the paint. Holtby sprawls over there in the butterfly to make a save. Brodin turns. Points it to Parisi. This way, one-timer Spurgeon stopped by Holtby. Does he have it covered? No. Wilder still a threat. Final minute of regulation.
And Holtby no stick.
Drive from the outside, deflected away. Braden trying to fight his way to the crease, get his goalie stick back. Long drive from Brodin, knocked down in front. Light comes out of there, off the boards and out.
How don't they give them a goalie interference penalty? I will not know. He was grabbed, pushed, rubbed out. He even knocked his stick out of his hand. Still no call.
Capitals not out of the woods yet. Ryan Suter settles. Suter plays it up top. Stewart fires. That's blocked. Great read there. Stepping into the channel was Backstrom. Final 9 seconds of the game. Regulation time. Stewart forced back. He hits Spurgeon. There's a delayed penalty call coming. 6-on-5 play here with 1.9 to go.
And it's a two-hander across the leg of Parisi, and they called it late. Last gasp effort under 2 to go. One more face-off. Huge scramble, Joe B. And the goaltender, Braden Holtby, had to hold his own. There he is being pressured. Another shot comes through. They're hacking. They're falling into his leg. They're knocking him. You see the big scrum in front, and there's Holtby with the quick catching glove to the head, the push, the shove. They're saying, hey, what for? He's not going to stick out of the way. They had everything going in the crease in front of Braden Holtby.
The officials are going to check at the scoreboard table now to make sure the proper time is left on the scoreboard clock. It reads 1.9 for right now as the Wild are gathering around. They've taken their timeout. Just 1.9 to go. And remember now, on a day when all sports fans are thinking basketball, this is not the same. Whereas in basketball, if the ball is released from your hand before time expires, shot's good. In hockey, it has to cross the goal line completely before time expires. 1.9 left. Braden Holtby in conversation with referee Chris Lee. It got frantic in that crease.
And he's sort of laughing. Hey, what the heck is going on? He said, no, that's allowed. No, it's not. It's goalie interference.
Ovechkin and Kuznetsov made it 2-0. Folin made it 2-1 late in the second period. Number 8 was on the board again with his 47th for a 3-1 lead. Spurgeon at 14:04 makes it 3-2. That's where we are with barely 2 seconds left.
And notice the left shot. He's either coming right back to Parise, who's going forward to the 3 guys in front of the net. Looks like he's coming back because of his grip on his stick.
Fair going to try and block him to the boards. Visitor has to have the stick down first. Eric Fair against Mikko Koivu. They scramble for it. The Caps do the job, and for the first time ever, they win inside of Xcel Energy Center by the count of 3-2.
Gutsy game for the guys on the road. Hard-fought win. Type of game that can propel you and give you some momentum heading down the stretch run in the last 10 games.
Braden Holtby, dazzling when he had to be. For Craig Laughlin, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. Be sure to join us. Our next Caps telecast Saturday evening in Winnipeg. It's the Caps and Jets, 7 Eastern Time. Up next, Capitals Postgame Live. Al Koken and Alan May will carry us through. Happiness for Alex Ovechkin and his mates.